Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with another Disabled Vet's Perspective, and I have a few things today just to make you go, I've been listening to some of the headlines, watching some of the circus on TV. It's just astounding to me, the ignorance of these elected officials, and it just makes me wonder who in the hell voted for these people. But anyway, that's just another me getting that off my chest. But I heard today that President Trump is working on re-evaluating the $1.42 trillion in student loans. $5 billion of that is in default at this point. If you're thinking that 1.42 trillion, 5 billion is like a $10 bill in somebody's wallet, but it's still a significant number. But the reason I bring that up is because the student loan program is a for-profit program. They do charge interest on these loans, and if you don't pay your loans, they are quite capable of taking everything you have. So technically it's a tax. But it brings me back to the whole United States corporation thing that I've been talking about, that was created in 1878, where now that we are run as a corporation, you are a product of that corporation, and a corporation obviously is a for-profit institution. So they have managed to make it so that they can make money off of the young people that are too gung-ho and ignorant to understand what they're facing at the end of their indoctrination. I mean college. Yeah, that's what I really meant. Their life is going to start out pretty tough. When I went to school, I worked, I raised my family, and I went to school, and I didn't do this loan stuff because I could see the future, and I didn't want to be tied down to a loan of some significance when I was thinking about my family, buying a home, getting cars, stuff like that, all the things that are supposed to be thought about when you're young and getting ready to go into the world. But the only thing that the government should be making money on is trade. There is an allotment for a sales tax, for federal sales tax, and that would be the extent of their taxation if everything was done correctly. There's a little more freedom in the states individually for taxation, but the having to pay tax on something like your land, when you pay tax on that every year, that's double taxation. That's illegal. That's in the tax code. You're not supposed to be paying tax on something over and over and over again. So that's another one they slipped in there, and nobody bitches about it because they're too sleepy and they don't want to worry about it, and it just goes right over, and they get away with everything they want. And it's because people don't wake up and realize what they're doing to you. Anyway, the trade, that's supposed to be what we survive on. That's supposed to pay for our infrastructure and stuff like that. With these trade deficits, it's no wonder there's no money, and it's no wonder we're going into debt, over $22 trillion now, because we are giving our stuff, we're collecting everything from other countries, and we don't charge them anything for it. So it's like if you had a product and you wanted to wholesale it, and a store said, "Oh, don't worry about wholesaling. We'll just put it up on our shelves and we'll sell it and we'll give you all the money for it. So you don't have any investment here. You just make money on us." And that's what they're doing with this trade deals. The other countries bring all their products in. We don't charge them a wholesale price or technically anything for it. Maybe a tiny little 2% tax or something. But then we say, well, we want to put our products in your stores, and they say, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to mess up our stores with your products. So we go, oh, okay, well, that's fine. We'll just keep your stuff, and we won't be able to sell our stuff. That's fine. And that's the stupidity that we face by our elected officials. One thing I've thought of an example to show the level of ignorance that is usually elected into our office. And these people are raised and programmed. They go to their college classes, and they go into political what is that, political science and politics. Well, they basically learn how to smile and wave and get the handshakes and then get everybody's attention. You know, vote for me, I'm the big shiny thing in the room. And then they get seated in an office and they're supposed to make decisions in real world events. Well, that doesn't work out well. And the best example I can give you is the highway and road system. You have projects that are starting today, and I'm telling you, those projects were approved, or they were proposed 10 years ago based on information that was collected through traffic studies and population growth and all of these little things that they use, the guessing game that they use to try to see how big a place goes. The problem is, when that project is proposed, it's proposed based on the calculation of information from a 2 or 3 year period that they did their study. Well, by the time they go from a proposal to an activation, it's approximately 10 years. So in that 10 years it takes to get a road project started, the entire calculation of population, of traffic monitoring, of car counts and things that are done are based on as much as 10 to 12 years before the project starts. So every time they start a road project, they're 10 years behind. So they're not keeping up with growth. And that's maybe a little too technical, I'm sorry, but that's the best example I can come up with these elected officials being in office and having to make real world decisions for the things that are going on out here where we are. They sit behind their shiny desk and they call out a bunch of numbers and stuff, and they say, okay, well, that's good, we'll go ahead and do that. And then the bureaucracy gets in the way, and it takes eons to get something from a table to production. Anyway, so that's what I got with that. The other thing, pretty significant information, is I got this from the Lions Republic Entertainment. He's a good guy, Brad Bishop over there. 515 conservative channels have been targeted for removal. We've known about this purge coming. Even George Soros himself said that by 2020 there won't be a conservative outlet for news left in this country. His goal is to abolish them. Apparently the owner of CNN and Sucker the Zucker over there at Facebook are working together to decide which of these organizations need to be taken out. Well, just as an example of who they're going after, The Blaze TV. I've never seen them promoting violence, and that's their excuse. Oh, we're getting rid of them because they're promoting violence and it's hate speech, and they got to go. Okay, so it's The Blaze, and then you have Breitbart. Yeah, that's one of the truth tellers. They can't handle that hate speech. You can't be telling the truth because that might hurt them getting their ratings back up. Anyway, you got Judicial Watch, exposing the truth. Oh, that's hate speech. We can't do that. Get rid of them. It's scary. Okay, Laura Loomer. She's a powerhouse. She gets out there and exposes the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And obviously she's out of there because they can't have the truth. You can't handle the truth. So they got that kind of thing going. But it's it's a little spooky. My buddy over there at old Douglas, Dakota, he's been getting the signs from YouTube and Facebook that he may be on their hit list. Fortunately, he's set up a website, and we won't lose his ability to speak to us about the current events. The last thing I want to cover is I want to end on some good news, and I'm going to try to do that every time because I know it gets dismal and bleak. But Trump passes an executive order to allow nurses to not have to perform duties that go against their convictions or their religion, such as fourth, euthanization or abortion. So mark that one down as one for the kiddos. We're squeezing this abortion mentality, and in time we will be successful. I hate to think about all the little ones that are being removed from existence while we're getting the squeeze on them, but it's happening, and we've got to keep praying, got to keep, sticking together. This Patriot movement from the great douchebag, he's one of our primary promoters of this Patriot movement. Love his name, but it's more like the great gold bag. I really wish he'd change it, because he's like a gleaming gold bar to the Patriots with his ability to promote us on other channels and to really get us all coordinated together. He loses a lot of sleep making sure the rest of us are successful, and God bless him for that. The other thing I wanted to do is I want to do a little spotlight. I'm going to start doing that on my channel, because there are some channels out here that need to be recognized for what they're offering, and the one I want to talk about tonight is the Chrissy Ann Show. It is spelled Krisi, capital A-N-N. Chrissy Ann Show. The Chrissy Ann Show. If you like the old late night shows like Jay Leno and I don't watch enough of them. I don't know all the names, but I did watch Jay Leno. If you want to have an end of the day cut loose opportunity where everybody just, there's no specific topic, it's just everybody having fun, cutting loose, getting the nerves and the jitters from the day of misery and all the negative things going on. It's just a pleasant place to go to just let loose. She's on late at night, and if you are laying in bed, can't think of anything else to do, can't sleep, you got to put on Chrissy Ann, because it's a lot of fun. There's interaction with the people in the chat, and there's games that are played, and there's dares that are done on the Fridays. There's little things that go on. So if you haven't checked her out, go over there, give it a listen one night. Don't subscribe right away. Give it a listen. But then, if you like what she's doing, hit that subscribe button. Become part of our family over there. We're all a family. This is a Patriot movement. We're all in it together. We're going to start having events where the group of us all come together. We're going to be sharing platforms on our shows so that everybody can participate, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing to get the information out. And it's just a constant effort. But anyway, that's what I got for some of the topics today. It's never great news when you're talking about this new world order, but we'll try to finish it off with something decent each time. So anyway, that's what I got from now. If you like what I have to say, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed, and hit that bell. Mine's a little broken or dented or something because it doesn't give notifications very often, but we're doing the best we can. Just check my page once in a while and you'll see if I posted a video or not. But anyway, my last words are always, stay in the fight.